So I just watched Don't Look Up. I know I'm like a month and a half late. Among all the valid social critiques this movie had to offer, there were really three that stood out to me. Spoiler alerts, by the way. Number one being our obsession with feeling good. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of these people who thinks you have to suffer and be hard and be disciplined. And maybe it's because my dyed hair having ass isn't a real man or whatever. But I do believe that feeling good should be a byproduct of things actually going well, rather than a feeling that you chase. At a personal level, we should feel good when life is going good, when we're healthy, when we have good relationships, not just because we're getting dopamine from television and weed or whatever. I'm not placing a value judgment on doing the latter, like we all enjoy like little things like that in life. But I'm just saying that those shouldn't be your source of feeling good. I feel like feeling good should come from a place of doing well in life, or at least moving towards a place of doing well. And I feel like a lot of people kind of cheat their way into feeling good. The movie shows this in two ways. One is that the hosts of the new show where the comet is announced try to give it a positive spin, even though it's a fucking comet that's gonna wipe out all life on Earth. But the concern of the showrunners and the host of the show was to make people feel good rather than just maybe a call to action to like not end humanity. Like, we can't fix issues if we're not willing to feel shitty about them, because maybe a lot of things, either it's on a societal level or in our personal lives, should make us feel like shit. Like, feeling like shit, I mean, unless you're depressed or have like mental disorder or thing like that, that's a completely different topic. But maybe feeling like shit in some cases is a sign that things have to change. Like, maybe it's not so bad that you feel like shit. Maybe it's a good thing. It could give you input. So yeah, on feeling good, we want to feel good. And I'm not one of these people that villainizes that, like feeling good feels good. Super woke, I know. I think feeling good should come from a place of actually bettering ourselves and our society and our lives, rather than something that we are chasing. The number two biggest issue that this movie talked about is that we just spend our attention on the stupidest shit. In the movie, there's a meteorite about to hit the earth and we're more concerned about a celebrity breakup, which maybe is a little bit similar to the situation we're in now, where we're spending all this attention on Kim and Kanye's divorce when like Russia's about maybe to invade the Ukraine a little bit, and we're supplying the Ukraine with weapons. And like, I'm not saying a war is gonna break out or anything, but maybe we should maybe pay attention more to this and this. Maybe look, but even without us being distracted by stupid shit, life is fucking complicated. Like, it really is. Like, think about what the average middle class person has to spend their attention on. There's work in their career. Whether you're waiting tables or running a business or something, it still requires a lot of your attention, especially if you're working full time. And then you have your personal finances outside of work. So where you spend your money from work. Are you renting? Do you have a mortgage? Your investments? How you manage your money? All that kind of shit. It's not super hard, but it still requires effort. And then you have your family. You got to spend time with your family. You got to sign your kids up for school, take them to volleyball practice. You got to make sure you and your wife or whoever the fuck is in your life is good. And even beyond your family, there's all your social relationships that you got to maintain, because we're social creatures, you know. And then there's your hobbies, your health, and anything else that contributes to your well-being. And after taking care of all of that, there are billions and billions of dollars to be made from harnessing whatever little attention you have left and putting it in the most stupid places. Literally billions of dollars being made by essentially wasting people's time and taking their attention from them. Back to the Kanye Kim versus Russia thing, like, Russia literally mobilized over 100,000 troops along the Ukrainian border. Like, let's play both of these scenarios out to the worst case scenario, right? Which one impacts your life and the world more? Now, which one are we giving more attention and treating with more like respect or with more importance? It's so backwards. And even when media companies choose to speak on issues, especially the big ones, they do it with the intention to profit and get clicks rather than to actually spread information. And the third point that the movie makes is maybe we should rethink how much power we give such a small amount of the population. Like, a really small amount of people get to make decisions for all of us. How can like dozens of people make decisions for billions of humans? And should people like Mark Zuckerberg get more political power than me or you because they made a cool app in college? In the movie, the decision not to destroy the comet would help a few people, and the whole world has to pay for it. And that could be said for like oil companies fracking, right? Like, they want to make more money and profit, so they're destroying the ocean. But The ocean affects the whole world, and the profits that these companies see affect maybe like a few hundred people. And even if we rewind history a little bit, like kings who wanted gold from other countries would go to war with other kings, and it's all the poor people who would have to pay and suffer and get invaded. And the first 2 points really lend itself to the third one being possible, because we're all just so distracted and we all just want to feel good. So we're willing to absolve ourselves of any responsibility and give it to a handful of people who have shown that they're more than willing to harm the environment, the economy, and whatever else to profit in the short term. And I'm not educated enough to have any real solutions for this, beyond the fact that maybe we should all bear the responsibility of the state that the world is in. Because we all live in this world, so we are all responsible for it. I find it such a weak mentality to be like, oh, that's not my responsibility, that's the government's, or that's not my responsibility, that's the corporations. Like, no, we're all a part of this world. And if we want this world to not get hit by a fucking comet and get destroyed, we should all take a responsibility in trying to better it. I know this is going to sound corny, but I do believe that we got to come together. Not just as countries, not just as families, but as a whole world. Like, I feel like we should at least agree that we shouldn't destroy ourselves, because no one gets to do anything if a comet hits the earth. And to end this video, I wanted to talk about a scene that really stuck with me from the movie. It's the part where Leo's character is talking about how the fuck he likes his coffee when the world's ending. Like, I don't remember exactly what he said, it's not important. But he said the line, "We really did have everything," right before the world ends. Because I don't know if you've noticed, right? But the world we live in is so cool. There's the internet, there's awesome food, there's endless activities you could spend your time doing. And sometimes, if you're not a creep, you actually get to hug people. It's really cool. It really could be a fun place, and it could be a fun place for everyone. And for some reason, we're willing to risk it. I think it's something that maybe we should take a little bit more seriously in preserving and understanding what a gift that this life is. Every single human. Humans are so... there's no words. Just so, like, we have this beautiful thing, and none of us appreciate it, and we're all willing to just throw it away. Anyways, it's been your boy Waffle Sauce, better known as Syrup. If you haven't seen the movie yet, please watch it. Don't listen to the haters. I believe it's very worth watching. And thank you for watching this. I actually really do appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos. And I'll see you in the next one.